and she had a bunch of other friends there, and I would walk in and I just feel the tension. The tension was real. I felt every little energy. I was like, no, something isn't right. At the time, I thought it was just maybe me, but I know it wasn't crazy. Do you make these 3 common mistakes with your best friend? 1, confiding all your secrets with your best friend. 2, giving them all access to you. And 3, trusting in them 100%. Let's talk about that today. Let me share a quick story with you. So I had a best friend and we were friends in high school. In fact, we were about 3 years apart. She was in 12th grade and I was in maybe 10th or 9th grade. And I thought she was my best friend. To me, she was my best friend, but I was not her best friend. So do you see the difference there? She was my best friend, but she wasn't obligated to me. Therefore, she was not my best friend. So therefore, all my secrets and everything that I was pouring into her at the time was leaking out to other friends. And how I knew this was because after a period of time, 1 and 2 of them used to come to me and say, Camille, it's not worth it. And me being naive at the time, you know, when you put your trust, I didn't believe it. And how I knew that was it was because her boyfriend ended up turning friends with my boyfriend at the time. And so something had happened over a period of time and they got into it, arguing, and all my secrets he told my boyfriend, and my boyfriend was so upset with me, so upset. And so that was the breaking point. So like I said, I put my 100% trust in her and sharing and giving her all access to me. And it hurted everything. It took me some time to get over it. I had to pray about it because this best friend of mine was my daughter godmother as well. So, you know, over a period of time, it did hurt me and I had to just try to move it behind me. But nevertheless, I want to share with you that if you have a best friend right now, that you have been best friend for a long time and things are working well, please acknowledge it. Please celebrate it. And also talk about it. Meaning that making sure that you both are in alignment. And kudos to you, because we all need a friend at times. Little I know that my best friend was not obligated to me. And so, like I said, she failed me. And since then, I haven't had a best friend. I'm saying this to say we have to be careful of those who are around us and who we call a best friend. You have to be aware, have an open mind, and you have to make sure you invest in, meaning that any information that you are telling your best friend, you have to try to work yourself to know if it's safe or not. And I mean, I'm not the best person to tell you how to work it out, but all I'm saying to you, just be aware that things could leak out. You got to be careful. You have to be prepared, so to speak, and be aware that even if it happened, how are you going to deal with it? Did you get what I'm saying? Also, given all access, we have to be careful because sometimes the closest one around is the one that can hurt us. And she was the one that hurted me big time to the point where I had trust issues along the way. Because 1, I explained and I told her and I confided in her, any name you want to call it. I put my 100% trust in that best friend and she failed me along the way. So what I'm saying is, make sure that you and your best friend is in alignment. Y'all are on the same page. And sometimes, I mean, things will happen. I mean, it's no such thing called perfection, right? Things happen. A best friend operates just like a relationship. Meaning like your boyfriend or your husband, the only difference, you won't be intimate, but rather you will be doing things, activities, going out, talking, you know, be there for one another. But you still have to have some kind of open gap to leave just a little space for just in case, because it hurts. It hurts. So like I said, my best friend, she was not obligated to keep my secrets. So I remember at times when I used to go look for her and she had a bunch of other friends there, and I would walk in and I just feel the tension. The tension was real. I felt every little energy. I was like, no, something isn't right. At the time, I thought it was just maybe me, but I know it wasn't crazy. After a period of time, it came out, and I have learned that this individual was not my best friend. So I just want to encourage you, just be careful. 2024, we live in a world now that it is so hard to trust people. I'm not trying to discourage you, and I'm not trying to, have you to cause problem with your best friend, but rather just be aware. Be prepared that if anything goes wrong, that you have to embrace it and try to get over it. It's gonna take some time. It takes a process, because it took me years to get over it. And even right now, I don't have a best friend because I felt like it's hard to trust people. But I put all my trust now in God. He's my best friend. Whenever I have a problem, I will go to him in prayer. I will even talk to him. And that's my end of story. But those are the 3 common mistakes about best friends. And I just want to tell you that just be aware of it, okay? I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and also to subscribe if you're brand new to this channel. Until then, we'll see you around. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.